Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for my NICU parents. So as a NICU parent, it's always really hard when your baby is in the NICU and isn't at home with you. But as a parent, especially in those early days when baby might be very, very sick or very, very small, there's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot of hands-on, and you might not even be able to hold your baby just because of their condition. So one thing you can do is to take care of yourself. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 or 6 things that you can do as a parent to take care of yourself that in the long run will help take care of your baby. So number 1 on my list of things a parent can do to take care of themselves while their baby is in the NICU is to take time for yourself each and every day. The NICU is a very busy and overstimulating place, so taking time to get away from the bedside, away from the NICU is so important. Even if this is just for a quick 15-minute walk outside the hospital, that will help immensely. Trying to get outside during that time that you're taking time for yourself every day is so important, just to get some fresh air, some natural sunlight, and to get away again from that very overstimulating environment that is the NICU. Number 2 on my list of things a parent can do to take care of themselves is to eat well. Now, in those early days, you're gonna just say, oh, I'll go to the hospital cafeteria, which doesn't always have the healthiest options, or I'll just grab something out of the snack machine. That works for the short term, but for the long term, you really need to try to eat well. Try to eat a couple balanced meals throughout the day, especially if you're a mama and you're trying to pump and provide breast milk for a baby. You really need to get that nutrients in so that you can give them all of the nutrients through your breast milk. So one way I tell parents to do this is, when family and friends offer to do things, there's not a lot they can do, but they can help you in this way. Allow them to cook you a meal. Let them go to the grocery store for you. Let them prepare those healthy dinners for you, so that's one less thing you have to talk about or think about, and it's something that they can do for you. So another thing you can do is try to pack your own snacks so that you're not having to go grab those unhealthy choices out of the snack machine. Try to pack them in your bag when you're on your way for a couple of hours to see your baby. Now, I know a lot of NICUs, like the NICU I work in, we don't actually allow food in at the bedside, but this can be something you can do in combination with taking a moment for yourself. So once you step away from the bed for about 15 minutes, take that walk outside, have your snack, so that you can come back a little bit more refreshed to visit with your baby. Number 3 on my list of things a parent should do to take care of themselves is get as much rest as you can. Now, again, in those early days, sometimes it's not possible for you to step away because maybe your baby is just too sick. But once your baby is in a much more stable condition, try to go home at night, try to get that rest in your own bed. That is so important. Again, when you're coming to the hospital day in and day out, it is so exhausting. And you just really need to take a moment and take that time to get rest in your own bed. Now, by no means am I telling you not to visit your baby. We always want you to visit. We always want you to get all of that time in with your baby and to bond with them as much as possible. But at the same time, you have to take care of yourself. Again, that is so important. So try to go home. If you spent all day at the hospital, try to go home that night, sleep in your own bed. When you wake up, give us a call and check on baby that way. We always love to hear from parents, even at nighttime. So that's how I encourage my parents, again, to take care of themselves, is to get that rest so that when they come, they feel great and they're able to spend that time with baby. Number 4 on my list of ways a parent should take care of themselves is find ways to relax. Now, your life has changed a complete 180 since baby came, and ways you relaxed before may not be the same as they are now. So find new ways to relax. Some ways you can read a book, read something that is not stressful, that's, maybe fiction, that's a little bit entertaining, so you can take your mind off some of the stress that you're experiencing while baby's in the NICU. This is something you can even do at the bedside. Bring your book with you. In those times when you can't hold baby or you can't do any hands-on, take that time to just kind of relax and read a book. Another good way is to journal. Now, this is another one of my things the parent can do to really take care of themselves. So this is kind of 4 and 5 combined, but journaling is a great way to, again, kind of step away from the stress, try to relax, and to get those thoughts out on paper or on your phone, however you like to journal. It can be a good way for you to remember questions you might have for your care team. So, if you're journaling and you're thinking, okay, well, I had a question about this, that's a good way or a good place to write that down so that you can remember to ask it later. I actually have a link down below for journals that we actually give our parents in the NICU that I work in. And it's a great little memento, I guess, for when baby goes home. So not only is it a place for parents to write their thoughts down, but it also kind of prompts you to answer questions about what's going on with baby currently. What milestones have they reached? What big celebrations have you had with baby? So this is, again, a great way to get your thoughts out and take some stress off, but also a great memento to have after baby goes home. Another way you can kind of relax is to talk with other families. Now, a good way to do this might be to find a Facebook group or a Reddit group or some other blog group where you can kind of, just vent with other parents. You can kind of talk about what you're going through this week, and maybe another parent has some insight on how they dealt with that when their baby was in the NICU. Or maybe there's a nurse in that group who can kind of give you their insight on how, to better cope with what's going on. This can be a great way, again, to get those thoughts out on paper or online, kind of take a little bit of that stress of what you're feeling away. I guess I'm going to call this number 6 since the last 2 were 4 and 5. But number 6 is to take time with your spouse or significant other. So a lot of times you're going to be spending, sometimes every waking moment in the NICU, and you really don't have time with your spouse or significant other. So I would encourage you to take that time when you can and try to make that time, even if it's just for an hour once or twice a week to go grab coffee. This is so important to, again, maintain that relationship you have with your significant other, but also so that you guys can talk about the stress you're feeling, to kind of decompress together. This is a major event that most parents and most people can't imagine what you're going through, to have a baby that's so sick or so small, and to have all these hurdles to overcome. So as a parent, that is so stressful. So to do that together, to have someone you can lean on, is so important. And it's really, really important that you take that time together, again, to keep your relationship strong so that you can be strong for baby during those really, really stressful moments especially. I guess 7 and 8 are, again, going to be combined. The first of those is to give yourself grace. Like I said before, you are experiencing something that many, many people can't even imagine, to have to leave your baby in the care of strangers. So just give yourself grace and understand that there are going to be ups and downs. I swear, for every 2 steps a baby takes forward, sometimes they're going to take 3 or 4 steps backwards, and that's just how it goes. Some babies are going to have the smoothest ride in the NICU and they're never going to have any hiccups, and other babies are going to feel like they are having an uphill climb the entire time until the day they go home. So just know that there are going to be ups and downs, and know that those strangers who you're leaving to take care of your most precious, and loved person in this entire world, those strangers are soon going to become your family. You, as our parents, are going to become our family, and we're going to become your family. You're going to trust us to take care of your baby, and you know what? We're going to treat them like they're our own. Most of us fall in love with not only the baby, but their families, and a lot of us actually keep in contact with families once they're discharged. So just know that we do care for your baby. We are excited to watch them grow. We are excited to see those milestones and celebrations almost as much as you are. Last takeaway with that, I'll say, is I always tell my parents that right now it seems like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It feels like you're going to be in the NICU for 5 years. You're not going to be here for 5 years, and once your journey is over, whether that be a week in the NICU or 6 months in the NICU, you're going to say, oh my gosh, it flew by. I know that sounds crazy, but I can probably count on one hand how many times a parent hasn't said that, how many times they come back and say, wow, you were right. It went by so fast. I can't believe we're already going home. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video about the NICU. Like I've said in videos before, I absolutely love my job, and I can't imagine doing anything else. I love what I quote unquote call my babies, and I love the families I get to work with. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to hear more about the NICU, drop a comment down below. I would love to get some feedback. Hope you guys have a great day.